Just like Komi, I am struggling to communicate to you guys how much I instantaneously love this show. The first episode of Komi Can't Communicate, like, I knew right off the, like, this is something special, right? And I know if you guys are an avid, like, viewer of the channel, I say this is my favorite, that's my favorite. Like, fall anime is just fantastic, and it's just so difficult because fall anime has just continued to, like, put out the second and third and fourth episodes, and I continue to eat good. Like, I am full, and I'm having dessert of just, like, with this amazing anime this fall. The second episode of Komi Can't Communicate was awesome. Like, it was funny as hell, but it's like this wholesome comedy, and they do it so well. It's like, I want to just tell you guys, like, oh my god, this is my favorite, just because I'm in the moment right now, because I just got done watching the episode, right? I just got done watching it, and our reaction, it's up. It's in the cards and the pinned comments. Go click those if you want to go see my reaction. But I just got done reacting to the episode, and, like, it was so freaking funny. So the episode is really surrounded around Tadano putting out that extra effort this episode. He's putting out that extra effort to go and try and recruit or, get friends for Komi, but also for himself. And the episode starts off with a banger to where Tadano's reaching out, extending to go talk to the main girl that leads the popular girls. And she immediately gets all up in his ears, and she's calling him, like, she's all pretty, and she's like, hey. And then she tells him in his ear, like, you're scum. How dare you even mention Komi's name? How dare you sit next to her? Blah, blah, blah. Scum, scum, scum. And his soul is just dying on the inside. And he goes back to his desk, and he's just contemplating the world. Like, the little text on the side of Bubble of him is like, yo, about to cry. And he, like, bangs his head on the desk. He's like, I have failed the city. And just that moment alone, I was like, oh my god, I'm, like, dying over here laughing. And then to take it a step even further. Then Tadano finally goes, and he reaches out and extends his hand to his childhood friend, Najire. I'm gonna call her Nejire, but he reaches out his hand and he explained, Komi wants to be friends with you. This is, I'm trying to help her out, etc., etc. And immediately Najire was like, nope. And then again, I'm just like, yo, dying of laughter. And the reason that Najire basically declines the offer, is like, no, thank you, is this poor kid has PTSD about when they were younger, they reached out to Komi and was like, yo, let's be friends, yada, yada. And Komi, because of her communication issues, she couldn't reciprocate anything. So she just, was stuck into the same kind of things that she was. But this was in elementary school, so she was a little itty-bitty version of herself. And that put our poor Najire over here into, like, a mode of being bedridden for a week because they were denied. They were denied friendship. And that has stuck with them during this whole entire time up to now in high school. So when Tadano asked Najire to be friends, they're like, ain't gonna happen. And they're immediately like, just the stare, the thought of looking at her, just can't do it. Thankfully, they're able to break through that barrier, and Najire is finally able to walk home with Komi because of Tadano's begging and pleading. And someone goes to hit on Najire. Someone goes to, like, claim Najire, and immediately Komi is there. And another insanely funny scene happens to where, this dude is like, got Najire by the arm, like, you're gonna be mine, yada yada. And Komi just puts her hand on his shoulder to give him his house keys that he dropped, and instead he thinks that she says die. And he's like, oh no, he makes up this whole imagination about, like, she's the protector of Najire, etc., and completely blows it out of proportion, out of the water. And again, I'm over here dying of laughter. And the cute part of that scene was Tadano was in the back, like, oh my god, see, he's covering his little mouth, like, oh my god, she's growing up so fast, she's talking to somebody. The last half of the episode, or the last fourth of the episode, because it was broken up to, like, fourths. The last fourth was Najire is finally sitting down with Komi and Tadano to share lunch, to have lunch. And they're going back and forth. Komi gets overwhelmed. Tadano's there as well. And eventually Najire sends Komi out on an errand to go get a coffee and bring it back. So Komi has such a cute scene. She goes to the coffee shop, and a freaking ass hilarious scene happens with the barista there because she can't get out the words, nor does Najire's complicated ass order reveal itself on the menu. So the barista takes it to heart, and he was like, "My 15 years of experience is finally going to show now. I am going to show everybody what the dark apron of coffee has to do." And it was just so ridiculous. And he makes this absurd frap coffee drink. And Komi knows it's wrong, but she takes it anyways because she can't verbalize it. And Najire was like, "This is wrong." And Komi like cries. And all Najire and Tadano can do is bow and just say sorry. And she's pouting. And it was just amazing. Like, that's the crux of the episode that happened. But like, this anime is pretty special. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know if I was able to, during my recap of it, I don't know if I was able to convey it, but like, this anime is pretty special. Not only does it cover subject matter of, somebody dealing with, a symptom that, it might be a little blown out of proportion here, but things like this and do exist in the world. There are people who, they struggle to communicate, or they struggle to say what they want to say. And I like that they're exploring it. Now, they are making some comedic value out of it, and they are, kind of making it in like a comedic sense. But I still love the fact that they're using this thing and they're exploring that topic. I also love that the anime now snuck a ambiguous character, a ambiguous gender character into there. And the animators and the anime directors and the studio know what they're doing because they keep showing the lower half of Nejire, right? Her skirt level. And they keep giving us these fan service shots of that, so they know what they're doing there too. And I find that pretty funny as well, because like they point it out, and then they kind of like, not want to say exploit it, but they kind of make it like a thing to kind of point out. And I was just like, okay, I like it. I like what they're doing here. I just think that this anime is pretty special. I think it's really funny. It's probably gonna be the funniest anime of the fall season for sure. Without a doubt, it has gotten me to laugh like the most, because it is just, it's silly, it's cheesy, it's stupid funny, and it's just funny. It's not like gross funny or anything like that. It's like this wholesome, cheesy funny, and it's just so good. Like, I eat it up. And I just think that this anime is very special, and I'm really having a great time with it, and I cannot wait for episode 3. I cannot wait for her now to get her 97th or get the third friend and be 97 friends, and I can't wait for her to, try and attempt to get through all 100. And what kind of other characteristics, because we know from episode 1 that Tadano and Komi are going to this special school, right, for people who are eccentric and artists and entertainers and all this stuff. So I'm excited to see what other characters are going to come into the mix. And same thing like with the girl who called him scum. Is she going to end up being her friend later on? Like, it's just so much content that they can explore here. And I love it, and I'm here for it. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Do you agree that you think it's probably the funniest? Do you love that just the topics they're exploring? Do you love the characters? Komi is like a goddess. She's awesome, and she's cute. And Tadano with the little flower cowlick. Like, okay. But overall, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you guys missed our reaction, the video's going to pop up right here, right now. So make sure you guys go check that out. I appreciate you guys being with me for another week of Komi Can't Communicate. It's my pleasure to serve you. And we'll see you guys next week for episode number 3, friends. Peace out, guys.